You, I feel to be real. Well, yeah, man. So today we gonna be getting into my least favorite rapper in the history of rap. This is the this is my least favorite rapper since I had ears. Like I can't even lie to y'all, right? We're gonna be talking about Snitch Nine. Hello, I'm at the house now, but I mean, if you don't, shit, that'll work. I'm at the crib. I bet. Yeah, man, shouldn't keep doing that. But anyway, get out my business. Don't worry about what I was over here talking about and things. You smell me? But yeah, my least favorite rapper I ever heard is freaking Snitch Nine, bro. And I had a lot of reasons why I wasn't a fan of Snitch Nine, right? But my biggest and most important reason why I wasn't a fan of Snitch Nine is because I never understood how our people just be so easily tricked. We just let anybody pop into our genre, our game, and we don't have no say so. We just really be on big consumer time. Like we just eat up anything anybody say. We listen to anything anybody say. But anyway, this my boy, fat ass Flocko, and I ain't talking bad about Flocko when I say that. I like Flocko. He cool. He like I said, Flocko is like he the fat cousin I take the slide. You know what I'm saying? He look like he'd be with the shit. So anyway, Ike on YouTube. We finna get into this joint right here. And look, listen. I ain't watched it. I just happened to see it. And once I saw it, I was like, damn, finally somebody who feel the same way I feel about this situation. I don't know. How y'all feel about the situation? We get ready to kick it off though. Let's kick it off.
Say Cheese interview, and it really reminded me why 6ix9ine had to go. Why 6ix9ine, his presence, his music had to go. A lot of people think that 6ix9ine fell off because of the snitching situation. He didn't, right? Like I think 6ix9ine got more support after he snitched.
Okay.
I personally like 6ix9ine more.
At the risk of extending this video and making it longer, I feel good, y'all. I ain't you know what I'm saying, sick no more. I still got a little bit of chest pain, but it's better than what it was, and I'm grateful for that. But let me say this. Snitch Nine didn't fall off because he was Snitch Nine. I mean, that's not what happened. What happened is this. We never wanted to hear him. We didn't. I have never had somebody get in my car and say, bro, can you please cut on that 6ix9ine? Even at the height of his being forced upon us. Because again, I just don't know anybody who ever had a 6ix9ine song in their playlist. I've never got in somebody's car and had to ask them, can you cut off that 6ix9ine? Can you? Because I've never seen nobody pull up to the light literally jamming 6ix9ine. I mean, he paid his way through artists to try to get features. He did everything he could, and I'm gonna let it play. I got a lot of points I want to hit on this one. We're gonna have fun.
And supported him more after he snitched. I think him snitching sends a positive message to our community, bro. Right? That telling and holding people accountable is good, right? It's not a bad thing. This interview really put into perspective why 6ix9ine had to go. His lack of respect for black culture or hip hop in general is infuriating.
When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll sit here and be like, yo, Sean, you know what? All right, bro, you got me. Like, I'm wrong. I'm not gonna say and beat around the bush. I talk facts, bro. Why you think treated?
Why is it that all the facts he taught are black culture facts? This dude, I'm telling you, I have had some Mexican homies, Spanish homies. They're proud to be Mexican. They're proud of their Spanish heritage. This dude does not have that. He is not a proud Mexican Spanish man. He, in my opinion, is mad that he's not accepted by black culture, and two, he's mad that he's not black. I think this man really wish. I think if he could sell his soul again, he'd make it so he could be black.
Me so different. Why? Because I'm loud. It's because I'm Spanish, bro.
This has to be a
Yeah. It's because you're Spanish. Okay, so I always say, yo, how much of a difference do you think the show would be if 6ix9ine was coming into a club in New York, going on stage with a bunch of Mexican brethren of his heritage, and jumping all over the stage saying, I got the blicky with the sticky for a nigga and nigga. How do you think that club night would turn out in New York City? Right? But if we put him on stage with a bunch of black guys that's hurting people in their community anyway, yeah, I'm saying it, calling it how I see it. If we put him on stage with a bunch of black guys that are known thugs, bloods, blah, 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 they kind of giving him his hood pass. They're giving him his N-word pass. Like, yeah, he could say it because he's with us, right? That's how I felt about this situation.
Of some sort, this lack of accountability and perpetual victimhood he wants to sit in lacks a foundation of facts.
Really, you think so?
Why you think so? I don't ask me because I know why.
You are a black sheep in this business.
No. We're not gonna do it like that. What it is you came out of nowhere. You were forced onto the. I don't know what was going on with you in New York, but I know when you were forced upon our culture, upon us, every video, every song with the dude's music is trash. Like I've never heard. It's like rock rap. He makes like rock rap. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he should go make Mexican rock rap, Spanish rock rap. And I don't want anybody to think I'm racist, but we are talking about somebody who uses the N-word so often in a paragraph or a sentence. It's crazy.
You are black sheep. You're Mexican.
Y'all are sick, bro. To list him being Mexican as the reason he's a black sheep, and not the fact that he came into the game with nasty allegations involving an underage girl.
Ooh, and forgot about that. That's how they want, though. They want you to. A lot of the stuff these guys do be distractions. They try to distract you from the fact that this man did come in with allegations of being a Chris Hansen type guy. You know, we should call Chris Hansen on snitched. You smell.
The fact that he snitched, the fact that he dissed beloved dead rappers after they passed away, the fact that he beefed with rappers who are also really beloved, the fact that he trolled people in a position of power, those are not the reason. The reason is he's Mexican.
You're Mexican.
You know what it is when a Mexican come in?
No, so listen, it's people that are from this culture that look like us that have done all of those things. Let me go back.
Also really beloved, the fact that he trolled people in a position of power, those are not the reason.
Yeah, we have people from our culture, our heritage that have done all of those things. And I will say they have been forgiven. They have not been looked at like they 6ix9ine, because guess what? That's their culture. You understand? It may sound a little bit wild, but it is what it is. I will say a large part of the reason is because You're Mexican. Listen, bro, this ain't your fight. Why you throwing punches in it? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel
The
about it.
reason is he's Mexican.
You're Mexican.
You
You're
know what
black
it is
sheep.
when a Mexican come in?
Black Mexicans don't really prosper and have longevity in rap.
This doesn't make sense whatsoever. Can y'all at least provide some supporting evidence? If y'all,
But I'm not picking on 6ix9ine. I feel the same way when I hear Fat Joe say nigga. I feel the same way when I hear Drake say nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from DC. We don't have a population in DC of non-blacks who regularly say nigga. When the non-blacks in DC call you nigga, Chinese, white, Spanish, they mean it with the utmost disrespect. It's no, oh, well, you know, I'm Mexican. We kind of like niggas, so I could say it. Or, you know, he's Spanish. He's Puerto Rican. He's kind of like a nigga, so they could. No, they don't fly. If somebody loves you and they're not of your race, they will never say that to you. 100%.
are just gonna say things. So the black community in hip hop, we support every other Spanish community, but we hate Mexicans. How does that work? Like, what about Mexicans will make us hate them? Like, it doesn't make sense whatsoever. They have to go with the Mexican angle, because if they went with the Spanish angle, their argument will fall apart at the very conception, because you could very easily point to major hip hop artists that are Spanish that are long lasting, like Fat Joe, Big Pun, Cardi B is like the second or maybe first.
Even Cardi B, I think she done slowed down with the use of the N-word. She don't do it as much, but it's still the same thing. I feel the same way for real, you know, because I feel that way because of this. When 6ix9ine got into a situation, he went back to Mexico to start making like Spanish music, correct? In Mexico, I'm sure they have a word that is as derogatory, if not more derogatory, to the men of their culture, the same way nigga or the N-word, if you want to be, you know, soft about it, the same way nigga or the N-word is derogatory to our men, I'm 100% sure they have that same type of word with the same type of meaning in their culture, and we never hear them say it. For example, we never hear a Mexican or Spanish rapper talking about killing wetbacks. And listen, don't shoot the messenger. Don't be mad at me. This is the gate he opened. So again, we never hear a song with Spanish or Mexican rappers talking about shooting up the wetbacks and having a blicky with the sticky for the wetbacks. It's only for the niggas. Why? Why is it that it's a group of white boys fighting 5-on-5, not a black person in sight, and you hear nigga, I'm gonna do this to you, nigga, I'm gonna do that to you? Like, if you're saying you love somebody and you're calling them a nigga, when you get mad and you're totally mad at him and you call him a nigga, what is the difference? Explain it to me.
Biggest female rapper on the planet. So like this narrative that black people have something against like Spanish people and we hold it against them when it comes to hip hop, it's just wrong.
I can really say that. I think D-Baby, I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, I know who D-Baby is.
He's growing. But outside of that, it's hard for Mexicans to get a national fan base.
Well, you know what? I did it. They hated it.
Your personal conflict doesn't speak for all of hip hop. Who hated it?
Again,
individuals that you already had problems with.
Fan base.
Well, you know what? I did it.
They
hated it.
You did not have organically grown national fan base. Hey, come to think of it, none of my Spanish homies, not one of my Spanish homies ever said, bro, you gotta hear this new 6ix9ine. You suck as a rapper, bro. You do. You suck as a rapper, bro.
Your personal conflicts doesn't speak for all of hip hop. Who hated it? The individuals that you already had problems with. Your massive success is a contradiction to you saying that black people or people in hip hop hated the fact that you dominated. If they hated it, you wouldn't be able to dominate.
Know what I mean? When the nigga came in and dominated, they hated it.
So let's keep it all the way real. Do you feel like,
has anybody ever seen childhood pictures of 6ix9ine in this black community that he's claiming, running around with a bunch of little black kids. I've never seen this. Like, I really just feel like he was the biggest industry plant. He took down and snitched on about 20 guys. You understand? And now he's sitting here just dropping N-words all over the internet, and people just like I don't know, bro. Like this shit throw me off with this guy.
Do you kind of have resentment
this is my
toward black
least,
people?
yo,
No,
I'm not
hell
a
no.
hater. I'm not a hater. And I don't know him personally. This could all just be for the internet. This could all be to keep controversy going. You understand? This could all be to keep his name, because the man ain't selling no records. He ain't. He gets shock value views. People will look at his record because he's talking about somebody they like. You know, he's making a song dissing Young Thug. Nobody really cares. You know, I'm just saying.
Not saying racist, but like,
Nah.
Because do you feel like we're harder on you than anybody else?
Nah.
But that's literally what you're saying. That black people is harder on you because you're Mexican than anybody else. That's the literal thing that you are saying. What do you mean, nah? And somehow this conversation transitioned to his N-word usage.
In the business.
No. I'm just a realist. Like, you know how people hate to call it real. Like, I just say, yo, in the industry where I'm at in hip hop, black people don't want any other race to dominate. Like, it just is for them. It's like, for them, is they just can't see another dominating. Mm-hmm. That's why you don't got no Latino rappers in the, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have that.
This is where his argument falls apart.
Why is it so hard for him to just go make Spanish music? Why is he not the #1 Spanish rapper making Spanish music? It's a lot of Spanish people in America. It's a lot of Mexican people in America. Why doesn't he go be a proud Mexican and make the best Mexican rap music he can? Why is everything that come out his mouth have something to do with black culture? Oh, he was raised in New York. So what? Why haven't you gone to find you got the money. Why haven't you gone and educated yourself? First off, doesn't his mother only speak Spanish? Your mother doesn't even speak English, which means you don't grow up around this type of nigger that you running around trying to be.
Part completely. Once you include Latinos and Latinas, well, Cardi B is a Latina. Every New York drill rapper who is thriving is a Latino. Blacks and Latinos have worked together almost from the very beginning of hip hop. Black people has always been hospitable to other people in hip hop. For Christ's sakes, I think like Post Malone or Sam Smith won a BET award.
White Iverson?
A BET award. Lil Nas X had the biggest country song on earth. He couldn't even win a country.
Flacco, we not finna use lame ass, sellout ass BET awards to validate somebody's blackness or being accepted into the culture. Now, back in the early 90s, when the BET awards just looked dangerous, just watching it on TV, yeah, okay, cool. But now, when I started seeing MTV artists at the BET Awards and vice versa, no, we're not going to use that.
Where they say you don't belong in our genre. Black folks don't behave that way. And if you're trying to reframe this, which is why I think it's very important, man, that we did that documentary where
he does not belong over here. We will trade 6ix9ine. He's not even in the roster to be traded, but we don't even want him allowed in the arena. Let him watch from binoculars from the rooftop of somewhere else. We don't want him in here.
He's breaking down the history of hip hop and telling a real story, right? Black folks discovered this, and most elements it was discovered by us. Because once you allow people like 6ix9ine to tell the story of hip hop, they're gonna paint black people as vindictive, selfish, petty, racist who didn't want any other race near them, when that's the first thing from the truth. As a matter of fact, we've been too hospitable
2.
Which is why the culture is currently in the state that it's currently in.
You know what I mean? But I don't give a I'm going to dominate wherever I go. It's me. It's that it is.
Your ass ain't dominate in Planet Fitness when they was beating the 6ix9ines off your ass on the floor. You ain't dominate them.
It's me or you, and I'm going to win every time. Who the most talked about on the internet?
Charleston White.
6ix9ine.
Come on, man.
I can't believe Say Cheese. How much did Say Cheese pay for this interview, man? Because Sean is sitting there talking about some 6ix9ine. Why is 6ix9ine the most talked about man on the internet? Since when? He's not the most talked about man on the internet. He's the most talkative man on the internet. No matter what happens in black culture, 6ix9ine is going to open his mouth and charge his 2 cents too.
Eat. I'm not taking food out of my family mouth. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to eat every single time. Is that a me or you? You're not going to work? Outwork me. Not going to outwork me.
I did some research on you the other day, and what comes up on Twitter a lot, it seems like fans don't like that you say so openly.
And this is what I said. I told Charlamagne, I said, who, like, and I told Charlamagne this. I said, you know how when go up to the interview and they try to, like, oh, yo, you said, remember what they did to Post Malone and all that shit? I told Charlamagne to his face, I said, who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me?
Y'all made this monster by not being able to say no to your favorite rapper when he was paying them to get on songs. Y'all made this monster. Who's gonna stop me? Man, that man snitched on every single person in the building. He just snitched on the 2 guys that jacked his moms up and put pistolas on her. That man is going to snitch, and he got the nerve to look at. I will go get them niggas from Planet Fitness. I bet they'll stop you. I bet they stop you.
Me. And the ironic part about this, he's only able to talk like this because he had the back end of black street dudes who were defending him and being his muscle.
Exactly.
So he's disrespecting black people while at the same time saying that black people are going to defend his right to disrespect.
Hey, hold on. Give me 1 second. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my bad. Forgive me, but we back.
Respect us.
I'm gonna keep being me. Born in Brooklyn, and that get me even mad. Why I'm saying I gotta where I'm from. Who gonna stop me? That's what ask me. Who gonna stop me being me?
Yeah.
It's like me saying, "Where you born and raised at?"
I'm born in Philly, but
So, who's gonna stop me from being me? Are you really being you? Are you really being you, or are you perpetrating, faking to be black?
I grew up in Texas.
When you moved to Texas,
Probably 98, 99.
you an Eagles fan?
Definitely.
I know from Texas, be like, yo, bro, you live in our you live in our state, bro. All that Eagles get the you an Eagles fan? Got in, but you was born
Yeah,
in Philly,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So who gonna take that from you?
This is not a new argument. I hear this argument from a lot of non-blacks when they defend their usage of the N-word. My only question is, why do y'all think being born or living around black folks is a birthright to say the N-word?
They think that because black people sometimes do ignorant, stupid stuff like saying he grew up with us. He could say it, he cool. Oh, that's little white boy. His family been living in that building for a brick. He cool, he want us. He could say it. Bro, that's our fault. It's our fault that kids is growing up like him, suffer from crisis identity because we never correct other people, bro. We correct one of us. We correct one of us. But far as I'm trying, yo, you see what happened when that white guy said the N-word to them black kids down Navy Yard, Southeast DC? Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not comparing the word to the Eagles.
Yeah, I get it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm born and raised and nobody look at it as racist, don't make it a race thing, bro.
I think it's because black people voice their frustration with it. And
no, they think they can manipulate people into feeling like they doing something wrong.
It's now manipulation that we don't want to be called a racial slur. And a lot of us take it as a racial slur when it comes out the mouth of a non-black. It's not manipulation, bro. We just don't want to be called a racial slur, right? It's abusive. Now, if you and your friend group, if black people is in your friend group and y'all have an understanding and that's how y'all communicate among yourselves, I can't dictate it. I wouldn't want to dictate it. I don't care to dictate it. But that should not be a pass or an excuse to why you now have to say it publicly to any and everybody who's black.
And then
You don't.
let me say this. So let's say something happens, surprising, shocking, scary, extremely exciting. And you say, yo, bro, we giving you a pass. You could say it. Go ahead, say it this one time. That don't mean every other word you just start saying nigga from now on. Like I blame us.
Have to verbally abuse us publicly by putting it in your music, putting it in them interviews, and then dare us to comment, stop you from saying, you can just keep it among your friend group. You don't have to do that publicly, right? But when it comes to non-blacks, they
all of 6ix9ine's black friends are streamers and bloggers at this point in time. So he can get away with saying that to his black friends, the streamers and bloggers like Flacco, who is cool with him. But I think if he goes somewhere where the black guys ain't so acceptable of non-blacks using the N-word, he will not ever come out his mouth and say, who's going to stop me again? This I'm telling you, y'all. This is our fault.
I feel like they're more entitled to the N-word than black people themselves. And they're willing to die and kill by that N-word, which we see right here. He's willing, to have harm do upon himself and him do upon harm to others before he stops saying the N-word. Why do y'all like that word so much?
That's why I said I'm gonna continue to say it, and I'm gonna wait for that big bad wolf to stop me. Cause I'm not gonna stop being me for some politically correct thing. Got it. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think
I want and Sean Cotton. Look, name is Sean Cotton, right? Say cheese. Sean Cotton is a black man, and he said he has Spanish or Mexican friends that he openly says the N-word with back and forth. It's just not. I don't know. It just don't sit right with me. I'm only one person.
And I'm not the police either. Like I got Mexican friends that say more than me.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the police.
So I really want to know is, even though he said he has Mexican friends that say more than him, mind you, he's from Texas where there's Mexican gangs. You know what I'm saying? And Mexican gang bangers. How does he really feel when he hear it? Not just the fact that you have it and they say it. How do you feel deep down in your spirit when these non-blacks look at you and say, nigga, what? Like, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? And how do you feel when you're mad? Or y'all mad or y'all arguing and they hitting you with the nigga
police?
No, you're not, bro. You're not waiting for the N-word police, man. Like, why do you want to antagonize us, man? Like, knowing you're not ready for whatever is going to come your way. We see you're not ready, bro. You talk about how you're not even allowed to have a gun, too. Your security is not even allowed to have a gun near you. Why are you trying to antagonize people to actually come and show you that they not soft?
Like, I'm waiting for the police to come. Like, I wait the police out.
And soon as the nigga police come and whoop his ass, he's gonna snitch. Snitch now.
I want a big black to come with a police shirt and be like, yo, I don't like you saying that, bro. Know what I mean? Who gonna stop me? And I think if Post Malone and all these people with a, they fall under zero pressure. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's just a thing. It was like, yo, would he bite it? Like, would he like if we throw the, what's that shit called? The bait. Is he gonna? People get uncomfortable. Not me, bro.
Mexican OT got a lot of backlash for that. He did an interview with multiple black women.
That's what I'm saying. It's that thing. Like, if he was just.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. All the female rappers rap about niggas, nigga this, nigga that. Non-black rappers rap about doing this to niggas, nigga this, nigga that. And then black rappers turn around and rap about doing stuff to niggas, nigga this, nigga that. Why does everybody hate the nigga so much? You know what I'm saying? Why do everybody love Raymond and hate Chris, motherfucker?
Comfortable with him. And I don't know Mexican OT. I heard of his name. I don't know a song or nothing. I know he's Mexican. But if he would have just been comfortable with himself and said, yo, I'm going to say it. And it's giving an explanation. But for him, I'd be like, yo, it's part of the culture. My culture, you know what I mean?
Mexican OT started.
It's not a part of your culture. It's not. This is not your culture. It's not.
Started off at 6ix9ine with the same sentiment. What y'all gonna do about it? Who gonna stop me? But afterwards, he realized that, this ain't 2017 no more, bro. Like, black folks ain't going for that nonsense, bro. Like, you got to come with another game plan than that, bro. And if you plan on having a thriving musical career, it's probably best you don't ostracize your black audience. Like, 6ix9ine would never have a thriving music career again. 6ix9ine best bet is to be a personality. As a personality, it's best you have this, like this mentality, right? It's probably for the better if you have this personality right here to garner more controversy and to get paid to do more interviews. But if you're trying to have a musical career that's thriving, you probably don't want to go down the 6ix9ine route. And Mexican OT realized that quickly after he did.
I don't
See,
know. Like,
I think that boy be playing with his nose because he been all up that nostril, that one nostril right there for the whole damn interview.
I can't give an explanation for him, but it's like, yo, we.
No, I mean, no. He basically said the same thing you said. He was like, "Who's gonna do something about it? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it." And us as black people, we like, damn, like,
Yeah, well, like as a black person, what you want us to say? How do you want us to answer that? I'm sorry.
No.
It's just the idea and thought of apologizing for offending and disrespecting black people makes this kid laugh hysterically.
It's not like
what you want us to say, yo?
No. It's not like a I'm sorry thing.
No more.
It's just like,
yo, when it's my camera.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you the answer you want. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna say it no more. I'm up. Damn, I lost all my endorsements. I lost my.
He's right on that. They're gonna keep endorsing him to keep saying it because in reality, they're trying to, in my opinion, use these guys as rage bait to cause. I gotta use my words, cool. Use my words wisely because certain words are, get you a certain attention. But with the other guy sitting on a black platform, Mexican OT, and telling black people who are interviewing him and their black listening audience, who's going to stop me? Now, let's say somebody did come and do something to him. So that means they would locally in that area have a black and brown beef. And then it could spread. It could be going on here, there, prisons, all type of stuff. And my thing is this. If you love the culture so much, why do you go out your way to disrespect it? Why not enjoy the best parts of the culture? Why bring yourself down to the N-word, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because his music never had any substance. It was never going anywhere without being attached to black people. Had he came out without being attached to the Treyway Bloods and just being attached to himself or other Spanish or Mexican guys, that music wouldn't have went nowhere and it would have started some problems. So the industry had to put him with black people in order to get him over the hump into the industry. They forced that on him.
Bounty commercial. Sorry, I'm never gonna do it again. Out there, you see how clown that shit is? I'm not doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Not doing that. Are you from Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times you ever went to New York from Philly?
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Every time I go to Philly, I probably
it's not me giving an explain nothing. How many times you go down there and you run into your homie and like, yo, what up? How many times?
Every time.
Not that person not being black. Yo, what's up, bro? Mm-hmm. How many times?
I got a lot of Hispanic friends that I say to.
Come on, bro. But people don't understand it, and we talk about it. It's normal, bro. Make it a norm. Like, you know what I mean? People bring it up the topic, like, we gonna back down and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
This should be a cautionary tale to hip hop. This is where being accepting and hospitable gets you.
Yeah.
Right? You'll let any and everybody in. You'll treat them with respect and love, and you'll support them. And when they get what they want from out of you, they will talk about you as if you were the ones creating obstacles for them, as if you were like a barrier for like their success, as if you were a hater. Now,
that man said right here, talk about who gonna stop him from saying this, saying that. Like, niggas didn't just have him tied up, kidnapped in the car, having sex with his girlfriend, extorting him out of money, pistolas at Mom Dukes. Like, these, hey, man.
Like a dog anyway. Then shouldn't we just start moving like how the country awards move?
Yes.
Yeah, people done call out the country awards every year. Oh, they racist. But they don't give a damn, bruh.
Yes.
I think like Shabuzi had like the number 2 or number 1 song in the world for like a year.
Yes. But even if our rappers did, Even if our music heads did take the stand where they're not letting nobody else that's not in the culture get a part of none of that money, guess what? It's always going to be that one that sell out for the money. It's always going to be that fan that sell out for stock for what they call it. What's the word I'm looking for? When you are infatuated heavily with a star. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be that one. Nah, I know he's not, but he's still like, it's like every time somebody bring up Jay-Z or Lil Wayne, here comes somebody bringing up Eminem. Like, okay, cool. Can we just talk about the culture versus, I don't know.
And they still snubbed him from most of the main awards. These folks don't give a damn like how well you try to sound like a country artist, bro. They have a good old boys home. They have they're very peculiar. They're sticklers, they're traditionalist, and anything that don't follow their mode of what a country artist is, you not getting accepted. You not like getting embraced. They don't give you nothing. Lil Nas X had the biggest song probably ever. He didn't get accepted by them country folks. Shabuzi got snubbed from a lot of major main awards. Beyonce got snubbed. These people are very peculiar. And you know what? Do you hear people like 6ix9ine coming out saying, "Oh, not them country folks"? Nah, da 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 da. They don't, right? They only disrespect us because we're the ones who allow them in. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this? Okay, do y'all feel like 6ix9ine is on point? Is he spitting? No. Let me know. Okay, and if you're still watching this video and want to watch it,
shout out to Flacco. Y'all go over there, like, comment, subscribe. What I want to say is this. I just never been a fan of that 6ix9ine situation. I don't mean to project my personal feelings on it, but I just always felt some type of way about the way the industry plays with us as a culture. You understand? I always felt some type of way about that. They just force stuff upon us. Like you hearing a song the first time, you might say that song's stupid. I can't stand that song. The song is dumb. And then after they done played it 500 times in 1 week, it's not like even when you go to the other station, they're playing the same song. They might have just went off. You might have just been turning it from this one, and you get to that station and it's just going off. They forced all this stuff upon us, and I always felt some type of way about it. But I felt like the 6ix9ine was the most blatant forcing that I ever seen. They like did us dirty with 6ix9ine, how they just storming our face and he all jumping on stage saying this, what he gonna do to niggas. I felt that type of way about Fat Joe too. You know what I'm saying? But Fat Joe was more of I was younger at the time. I couldn't understand. I didn't have this type of. I wasn't thinking like this. You smell me? But yeah, I felt the same way about Fat Joe. Felt the same way about all that. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. Because when you hear somebody openly mocking,
Texas.
When you move Texas?
Probably.
This is not a new argument. I hear this argument from a lot of non-blacks when they defend their usage of the N-word. My only question is, why do y'all think being born or living around black folks is a birthright to say the N-word?
Wow.
I'm not comparing the word to the Eagles.
Yeah, I get it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm born and raised and nobody look at it as racist, don't make it a race thing, bro.
Look, y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. I think this was a great video by Flacco because this been on my mind for a minute. As y'all can tell, I couldn't wait to get this on my mind. It is what it is. Catch me next time on the next video. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. We have 525 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. So subscribe to the page one time for your boy.